You'll be convinced. We want to talk to you about the food festival and like your involvement.
Right.
And we were thinking about getting costumes.
Yes.
And maybe perhaps some of your people could dress up
Right.
in these costumes. And just anything else you think you could offer to the food festival?
I'm not 100% sure because I haven't actually checked with it. Can this favour just pass my diary across? Because I might be agreeing to stuff that we're not even available for. Wow. So it's 8th of August. Yes, we haven't got anything in, which is a good point. So Ashington Food Festival. What times is it running?
10 or 4.
It's going to be on the main street.
Yeah.
It depends what you want to put on, to be honest. Because I know I've mentioned on the phone for our staff to go in it, it'll be about £25 an hour, which is per member of staff, so it works out quite a lot. But what I would consider as well, do you want all the costumes out all the time? Do you want just a few on rotation? Because it depends. If you want them all out all the time, it's going to end up costing a lot of money. Whereas normally what we do is we put like a couple of characters out and then rotate during the day so people aren't seeing the same things over and over again. So that brings the cost down. Also we have things like face painters, glitter tattoo, things like that can bring your income back in. So you might be paying £35 an hour, but they'll be bringing, if it's a sunny day, they will cover their own costs. If it's not a sunny day, they won't. To be perfectly honest with you there, because if it's raining, people don't bet the face is painted because it just goes. And the same with glitter tattoos as well. You're looking about £25–30 an hour for glitter tattoos, but again, they charge and then pass the money on to you, so that goes back into your budget. But it all depends what else you want, because things like we can provide things like still walkers, but that takes it right up where you're looking for about £250 for the day.
I think it's really tough to me is because I've not been involved
Yeah.
in the earlier discussions, and I know that what we've done and what
Yeah.
we've done in the past, but it's because your organisation moves on the same as us as well, and it's what could you do to add value to our event as a sort of contractual collaborator, or whatever you want to put it in. That really we want to make this like family friendly, but we know that kids are not really interested in spending their pocket money, or maybe on sausages, but maybe not on as well. It's to keep them entertained and to make it look like a festival.
Yeah, and then we've got things like the circus workshops as well, which depending if you want just ongoing throughout the day, it can range in cost from normally it's an hourly rate of about £80 an hour for the circus workshop, which is all the equipment, basically just us being there entertaining the kids and getting them involved, teaching them different things. But again, that if you want this all day, that price would come down, because we would never charge £800 for the day. It would never be that much. You'd be looking top at about £300 for the day. So
that's kind of what we're looking for. So somewhere around that price. So maybe that's a good idea.
Yes, and the thing is, the only thing I would say is that we need a decent sized area, because if we're turning up with say 20 hula hoops to do a session with and trying to get everybody involved, it's no good we've turned up to places where they've given us a space like this and you have one person hula hooping and nothing else can happen because somebody's going to end up getting hurt. So we need a decent area.
Yes, there's all the safety considerations as well.
It's because if not, people start getting hit. And we don't want that.
Definitely.
But it's quite good if you have, especially for children, having a bit of a zone, like a family friendly zone, because sometimes I've been to food festivals recently where you've got a kids thing next to an alcohol stand. So you've got a parent that wants to go and drink, it is, and then the kids are running around. So it's almost like they've entertained them both at the same time, but the kids are left to just wander by themselves, and the parents gets
don't
distracted, and you want it to be family and fun. So almost having things like your face paint and everything in the same area, because then people with families are automatically drawn there. It's also quite good if you have people that have stalls relating to family stuff. I have a brochure for you from Tynemouth Food Festival, but I forget to bring it today, and it's got a list of all the stall holders from there. Have you got one or?
Yes, thank you for the thought. But
Yeah, I got one while I was there for you. So.
How did you get in? I didn't get in.
What? Tynemouth Food Festival, because we went at about 9 o'clock in the morning.
When about 1:30.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. When we left, I wouldn't have joined the queue to get in, and when I was in there, I wouldn't have. If I'd known what was in there, I wouldn't have paid to go in there because I thought it was a bit disappointing.
I'm lucky I'm an English Heritage member, so I went in for free.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't pay to go.
I was very disappointed because I've been to previous ones, and I personally prefer. Did you go to the Proper Food Festival in Whitley Bay? Yeah, they had a Proper Food Festival. And there was one in Whitley Bay, one in Wallsend, and one in North Shields, and they do it every year now. And it's a guy that organises it, and they get it right. You don't get charged to go into the food festival itself, and they've got bands and street entertainment, and it's just a really nice atmosphere. And there's something on all day, and it adds to the time rather than pulls away. So
that's what we're trying to do. This is the festival.
Yeah, and also we've got our website, we've got Twitter, we've got our Facebook. We've also taken on this new studio on Blythe, which we have our dancers across there and dance families who are very supportive, let's put it that way. So I know for a fact if we put it out to them that's on, they will travel across as well. So
that's good.
Yeah. So transport. So
what's our budget? What?
Small, but tell us what you want.
I quite like the idea of the circus. But then it's finding the space.
Yeah, I think that is dependent on the street layout, isn't it?
But Caroline, have you been? This might sound really stupid, but have you been on the street?
Yeah, a million times.
You know the little car park next to that zebra crossing when you're going to like Wilkinson's?
Oh, right, at the end of the pedestrian.
Yeah. It's like next to Shoe Zone. It's like a little car park.
Is that not disabled parking there? Yeah, I think that's disabled parking there.
Be a good place to do it.
In front of that, if you've got the road closed, I'm noticing, do you know where you have the two barriers across, where previously there was the telephone box and stuff?
Yeah.
That might be quite good just in front of that, so if you were doing like a kids zone there, you could almost put face paint and glitter tattoo artists underneath there, so if it does rain, they have shelter without having to put another marquee up. And then you've also got the open space in front, so you could almost have a little bit of an L shape around there.
That might work well because we're thinking of putting the sort of the seating traffic street food bit.
Yeah.
That end of the town as well. So
that would work really well actually. Yeah. Definitely.
I quite like the idea of the rotation of the characters as well. If they're wandering up down the street, to draw families up to what's happening kids-wise at the other end of the school. That would work actually. So again, two people in rotation costumes.
So have two people on and
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because the thing is, when you rotate the costume to the side, we've had it before where we put stilt walkers out and they've been amazing stilt walkers. But once people have seen them once, it gets logged and they forget that they've seen them another 8 or 9 times after that. And people say, well, I've only seen them the once. No, you didn't. I know for a fact they walked by you at least 20 times because they would have had to. So we now always insist that we put costume changes in during the day, because if not, people forget that they weren't there.
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea.
So, and for the Circus Skills Workshop, is that something you want to just put on for like the afternoon, or do you think it would be better weekday?
I don't know. What's the age range you would do it for?
It depends on the people that come up. Is because what you normally find in this scenario, we take all the equipment, and a lot of people will, no matter whether they're 84 or 4-year-old, will play with the hula hoops. And so you get a range there. And then things like the juggling equipment, we can go from tinies right the way up.
Well,
so it depends on the person that wants to get involved in the workshop. So.
I was just thinking if, that they're younger, like their parents want to go out and do whatever they do first in the morning.
Yeah.
That's what my sister does, so.
Yeah.
And when you go out with that, it's like, all day the parents, when they're littler, but then I think when they're like, getting a little bit older, it's like dinner time and then, you know what I mean? So I think all day would be good, but it's kind of just working out.
Yeah.
Even if it did all day but intervals.
Well, the thing is, I think what we do is we'll have it, all the equipment's just all set up all day, and we'll just keep going, because what you'll find is you might have one person come up, then you might have 30 people turn up, so it's that constant, but you've always got something there and something on, so people can't go 40 minutes till the next one.
My suggestion is, because we took that calm down in Ashington yesterday, and that at the end of the festival, about 3 o'clock-ish, that the commission need to be there 11 till 3.
Yeah.
Something like that. So for the main part of the day. How much would that cost us, Carol?
Yes. We'll probably be able to do that for about $250. Would that be okay?
So is that for the
No, that's just for the search of the 250. And the 2 people, they will be, it's £25 each per hour.
So would we want it all day, people?
Again, probably that sort of time period.
So I don't would be better.
Yeah. So again, from 11 till 3, or do you want them for the opening? To be honest, I would probably go from 11, because people don't turn up at 10 o'clock.
I think 11 till 3 would be good.
Yeah.
So how much? £25 an hour.
Yeah. So £50.
200.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that will worry?
What do you think about the
I think face paint would be good, because I don't mind face paint.
Because the other way around that is me not putting my business head on for a moment and helping you out. If you wanted to go on to something like Stall Finder and just say, we've got this date available, does anybody want to come and face paint? And basically you could charge them to come and face paint rather than... Yeah.
It's very generous of you.
Yes. Yes, no, there's if you go onto the website, it's called stallfinder.co.uk, and you can just turn around and say, we're having this event on this day, we are looking for face paint, and we will charge you £30 to come and do it. You get £30 each, and you don't have to worry, as long as you get the public liability insurance off them, and that you know that they're trained. Okay, and if you can't find somebody doing it that way, let me know, and then we can put the other way. Okay, because at least either way you will get income back in, but it depends on what response you get. But and then you can get things like balloon modelers and stuff like that, but they are very expensive. And for the same time period, for one artist wandering around and you don't know how many kids that you're going to have, you'd be looking at about £300. And that's no matter if they do one balloon or 300 balloons. So, but I would stick with this for your first one, and then you've got somewhere to go as well.
Yeah.
Because if you come out all bells and whistles, year 1, people expect it year 2, year 3, year 4. How's it going anyway with everything else?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's stressful, but yeah.
You get used to it after a little while. But no, you are doing really well from what I hear, so.
We're trying.
Yeah. And is there anything else you need me?
No, I think that's everything.
We are presuming, because we know you, that so the insurances and
Yes, everything's everything's in place. CRBs, insurance, liability insurance, the whole kit and caboodle, risk assessments, everything is with the costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have them yet, or?
I don't know.
And
I
where will,
mean, we don't have them yet.
yeah, and also where will be getting changed? Will it be in here or?
We're going to have the YMCA.
Right,
We're gonna have
cool.
that room. So,
Yeah.
you know, they can have a rest there and
Fab,
all that.
not a problem.
that's quite good. If we put ship that into the street.
Yeah, well, we've used that in before for the stilt walkers and stuff on fair day, so we know where we're going. Fab, is that you done?
Mm-hmm.